Chapter 14, Installment Buying. In this learning unit, we'll be discussing the cost of installment buying, calculating the amount financed, the finance charge, and the deferred payment. We'll learn how to calculate estimated APR by table lookup and how to calculate the monthly payment by both formula and table lookup. Installment buying is a form of closed-end credit, and it can add a substantial amount to the cost of big-ticket items, such as vehicles. We follow the procedure of buying a pickup truck, including the amount financed, the finance charge, and the deferred payment price in our examples. So the first thing we discuss is the amount financed. The amount financed is the amount that you actually borrow to purchase something. For example, you see an ad for a pickup truck in a local paper, and it allows customers to make a down payment and then make an installment loan. The loan is then paid off with a series of equal periodic payments. The payments include both principal and interest. So say you see a vehicle for a total price of $9,345. Your down payment is $300. So your amount financed would be your cash price less your down payment. That's the amount you're actually borrowing from the bank to purchase the vehicle. The finance charge is actually just the interest charge on the vehicle. So it's the total of all your monthly payments less the amount financed. Remember, your monthly payments include interest, so the amount of your total monthly payments is greater than the amount you financed, and the difference between the two is simply the amount of interest that you end up paying. The deferred payment price is the total of all your monthly payments plus your down payment. It's basically how much you pay in total for the vehicle. So the total of all your monthly payments, which includes the interest and whatever you put down, gives you the deferred payment price. And the installment loan is a loan paid off in a series of equal periodic payments, which include interest and principal. So when you're buying a vehicle, you're signing an installment loan saying that you're agreeing to pay, say, $194.38 a month. That $194.38 a month includes both your interest and your principal. So, for example, Mary Wilson is going to buy a pickup that costs $9,345. She's going to put $300 down and finance the balance for 60 months at 10.5%. In this example, it goes ahead and tells you that her monthly payment is going to be $194.38. We need to calculate the amount financed, the finance charge, and the deferred payment price. So the amount financed, the cash price of the vehicle less whatever she's paying down. In our example, the cash price was $9,345 and she makes a down payment of $300. So she's going to end up financing $9,045. The finance charge is the total of all monthly payments less the amount financed. Well, we're told that she's paying $194.38 a month for 60 months. So the total amount of all of her monthly payments is $11,662.80. That amount minus the $9,045 that she financed, she's paying $2,617.80 in interest over the life of the loan. Her deferred payment price is the total of all her monthly payments plus her down payment. So $11,962.80 is how much she ended up paying for the cash price vehicle of $9,345. So you can see interest adds a lot of money to the cash price of a vehicle. So why would you want to finance it? A lot of people don't have an extra $9,300 laying around to pay cash, so you have to end up financing the vehicle. In 1969, the Federal Reserve Board established the Truth in Lending Act. The law doesn't regulate the interest charges, but its purpose is to make sure that you are aware of the true cost of your credit. The Truth in Lending Act requires that creditors provide certain basic information about the actual cost of buying on credit. Before buyers sign a credit agreement, creditors must inform them in writing of the amount of the finance charge and the annual percentage rate, the APR. To illustrate how APR affects your interest rate, assume you borrow $100 for 1 year and pay a finance charge of $9. Your interest rate would be 9% if you waited until the end of the year to pay back the loan. Now let's say you pay off the loan and the finance charge every 12 months. Each month that you make a payment, you are losing some of the value or use of that money. So the true or effective APR is actually greater than 9%. The APR can be calculated by formula or by tables. We'll use the table method since it is more exact. To calculate the APR by table, you take 3 steps. First, divide the finance charge by the amount financed and multiply by 100 to get the table lookup factor. Go to the APR table 14.1. At the left side of the table are listed the number of payments that will be made. When you find the number of payments you're looking for, move to the right and look for the 2 numbers closest to the table lookup number. This will indicate the APR. The Truth in Lending Act states that the APR has to be accurate to the nearest 1/4 of 1%. So, for example, the table rate is shown here. Finance charge divided by amount financed times 100 equals your table lookup. So in our previous example, our finance charge was $2,617.80, and our amount financed was $9,045. So $2,617.80 divided by 90.45 times 100 gives us $2,894. So remember, we were making 60 payments, and we're going to go to the right until we find the 2 numbers that are $2,894. $2,894 falls between this 28.22 and this 28.96. So the APR is between 10.25 and 10.5%. So that's how you would list it. The APR is between 10.25 and 10.5%. If you remember in our example, we were told that the interest rate is 10.5. So we are within 1/4 of 1%. The pickup truck advertisement showed a monthly payment of $194.38. We can check this by formula and by table lookup. So the monthly payment amount is calculated as the finance charge plus the amount financed divided by the number of payments on the loan. In our example, going back, our finance charge was $2,617.80. Our amount financed was $9,045, and we're making 60 payments. So when you add the 2 together and divide by 60, we get our monthly payment of $194.38. So the ad does show the proper monthly payment amount. You can also calculate the monthly payment by table lookup. The 3 steps for calculating it by table lookup are to divide the loan amount by 1,000. So in our example, we borrowed $9,045. So $9,045 divided by 1,000 is 9.045. Look up the rate, 10.5%, and the number of months, 60. At the intersection is the table factor showing the monthly payment per 1,000, which is $21.49. Multiply step 1 times step 2. So 9.045 times 21.49 equals our $194.38 payment. And in this example, we're using table 14.2. 14.2 is our loan amortization table, monthly payments per 1,000. So this is the table. Remember, we said there was 60 months, and our interest rate is stated as 10.5. So our cross there is 21.49. 21.49 times 9.045 gives us the $194.38. So here's an example. First America Bank's monthly payment charge on a 48-month, $20,000 loan is $488.26. The U.S. Bank's monthly payment fee is $497.70 for the same loan amount. What would be the APR on each auto loan at each bank? So First America Bank, we have $488.26 as our monthly payment for 48 months. So our total payments would equal $23,436.48. Less our amount financed of $20,000 gives us a finance charge of $3,436.48. So to calculate our interest rate on that loan, we take the $3,436.48 and divide it by the amount financed of $20,000. Multiply that times 100 to give us the 17.1824. When we go look that up in table 14.1, we have total number of payments of 48, and our lookup is 17.184. We get an interest rate between 8 and 8.25. And you'll have to use the appendix or the math handbook that came with it. When you're working these homework problems, they'll give you a link to go. The table in the book is not the full table. U.S. Bank, same process. $497.70 times 48 gives us a total amount of all of our monthly payments of $23,889.60. That minus the amount financed of $20,000 tells us our finance charge is $3,889.60. Our finance charge divided by the amount financed times 100 is 19.45. If you go to the table lookup and find the intersection of 48 payments and our lookup factor of 19.45, the APR is between 8.75 and 9%. So you see how much higher the APR is, even though the loan amounts are not that different for the monthly payments. This is an example of a finance agreement that I wanted to show you. At the top, you see you're signing a promise to pay. It states the annual interest rate and the date that interest begins to accrue. Down here, it tells you what was purchased. And then this is the Truth in Lending Act disclosures that we discussed in this portion of the chapter. It tells you your annual percentage rate is 3.99%. So your finance charge, the dollar amount the credit will cost you, is $279.32. You borrowed $4,405. So your total payments, if you paid every monthly payment, then you would pay $4,684.32. Your number of payments here is listed 36 payments, and the amount you're paying each time, $130.12. When your payments begin, and then down here it gives you an itemized example of what you financed. The amount you financed, $4,405. So this is the amount you borrowed. So the cash price of this Polaris was $6,405. The down payment that was made was $2,000. So $6,405 less the down payment of $2,000 gives you the total amount financed of $4,405. Your deferred payment price is the total of your payments plus your down payment, or $6,684.32. So I just want to show you an example of what this looks like so that you can see and understand when you're signing documents. If you're buying, in this example, this is a four-wheeler, or if you bought a vehicle, you would see and understand what each of these is in relation to what we've discussed in the chapter.